So what happens if you live your entire life in a house and you don't go through your things? Eventually somebody else will. This one's not as fun as a lot of the other ones, just the curiosity of the layout and everything like that. Let's take a walk through and let's try to be respectful and realize that a lot of what you see is based on the guys doing the abatement, having to get things out of the way, and then some of the other people have come through and kind of picked through and taken whatever they want. But this is a tough one for me. And anyway, let's just take a walk and I'll show you the inside and we'll walk around the outside. This is probably one of the most beautiful settings you ever want to be on. Unfortunately, the house has not been maintained and taken care of, and so it's got to come down. There's more work to it. So I'll quit talking here. Let's take a walk. So the walkway going to the front door is a little crowded and looks like it needs a broom, a little bit of a trim. We'll make it there. Got my boots on. Front step. Show you the nice low entry. Let's take a walk inside. I got a glimpse of this already, so let's here's the entryway. This is really a cool stack of rock, I'll have to say. Let's turn left. Entry closet, pretty full of artifacts and jackets still. Where to start? Let's turn right. First, let me spin around and look at the little entryway panel. Here's the other section of that stone fireplace. Really cool. Open beam ceiling with the wood. Take a pan around here. Have another piano. This one looks like it's been in a little bit better shape, but I think we might have had some roof damage at one time. There might have been a tree branch fall. It came crashing through. Pretty much explains why the chandelier for the dining room was a little bit lower than typical. But I'll just give you kind of a span. This would be the dining room. Got a few spirits left over. Another pan into the living area. Let's go on through. Okay, looks like we're walking. Let's see where we should go. That is probably the garage, I would think. Here's the kitchen with the old oven, hood. There's looks like a newer refrigerator setup. Some more items still in the cupboard. Like I said, a lot of stuff left over, but not much time to retrieve anything. The developers will take possession, and then that's when the money clock starts. So you kind of have to take that into consideration. They don't have a whole lot of time while their funds are burning. And here's another shot into the entry. So then, what is that? Let's downstairs. So let's go down there in just a minute. Turn left. Down the hall. There's a hall closet with some linens still there. This looks like it would be the master bedroom. Closet. The other closet still has a few articles of clothing. Let's turn around. Notice the ceiling has been scraped. The acoustic ceiling probably had a hint of asbestos. Okay, we have a little bathroom off to the side of the master, so that's nice. And a big skylight. Okay, jump in here in the morning. You can tell what time of day it is. There's the bathroom. And then back out. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want to spend a lot of time focusing on the negative. Just kind of give you an idea of how this house is laid out. We have a hall closet with storing various items. Looks like some first aid, bandages and whatnot. Turn left. Okay, we have the main bathroom, I guess. 2 sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A dozen lamps. There we are with a dozen lamps again. There's always one that goes out. And a nice color for that tub. And another skylight. So let's turn around and walk back out. Oh, look at now that is a towel bar. Okay. That is really nice. You know what? That way everyone in the family can hang their towels separately. Okay. Good to know. Let's turn left. I'm glad I could find a little bit of, what'd I step on? A little toy, dog chew toy. Okay. This room looks like it has some personal effects that I don't want to broadcast, but looks like somebody might have had the Seahawks colors in here, but we have some keepsakes and left over, which always strikes me odd when I come through these homes. And there's another skylight. And look at the dual light fixtures. Okay, as if there's all right, 2 light fixtures in the skylight. Okay, I guess that's for nighttime, but that's kind of funny that if you don't have enough light with a skylight, you could always turn those on. Okay, go left. Another bedroom with a few bits of artifacts left over. Evidently, they probably didn't have room in their pickups or their cars. Should take those with them. Let's turn left. Oh, more cabinets, desk. So this must have been an office. Big window, louvers, little wallpaper border at the top, so it may have been a girl's room or a baby's room at some point. Looks like it's been up there for a while. Okay, office area. Artifacts left over. Let's go. Where am I? I'm getting turned around. Okay. What is this? I already was in there. Okay, that's upstairs. Let's go find that downstairs. Ooh, I don't know, man. I think I saw this in a movie once. Look how tall that is. Okay, careful with him. At least it has a head clearance, unlike one of the last ones we were on. Okay, where am I going? I'm gonna turn. Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of stuff down here. I guess it was too much of an effort to extract everything in the lower level. A little damp and musty. I'm from the Bay Area, California, and we don't have many basements. And this definitely smells like a basement. Although I'm not but lots of stuff still left over. Looks like it's been kind of picked through. I'm sure a lot of you garage sale flea market enthusiasts would just probably heart skip a beat looking at all this stuff that's valuable in your eyes. But like I said, pile it up and put a number on it, and it probably doesn't pay the interest on the money that's being burned for one day. Oh, look at here. We have a shower in a sauna. Okay. Another one of those light fixtures. Let's step in. sauna. Okay. Might have had a little dry rot at some point. I am actually sitting in the sauna. And there, I don't even know what that temperature says. Is that Celsius or something? Okay, I'm gonna check out this thermometer. What does that say? I don't think that's working. I don't think it's 20 degrees in here. It feels a little bit warmer than that. Okay, let's get out of here before I get trapped. I'm having to kind of pull my shoulders in. Where was I? In this room. Oh, wow, it just keeps going. All right. I don't think I'm going to edit much of this walk here. I'm just going to make it all. That way you could take it all in, just like I am right now. Got some what looks like bed frames. Wow. That must have been like a sewing table or something. It looks like one of those things that where the sewing machine sits in. Let's keep moving. You guys quit looking. I know you're spotting something like that typewriter right there. Oh wow, look at the little horse. I don't even think they make those anymore. Flexible flyer. Looks like probably one of those rowing machine, those Nordic track things. Oh wow. And another closet. We have closets and closets. Okay, quit looking, you guys. Oh, I know this is distressing to some people, including myself, to see all this stuff that is valuable in a certain way, but like I've said before, you didn't have it before and you don't need it now. This looks like a garage or a shop, or where am I? Wow. Where did I go? Look at this. This house has more rooms. Wow. Just gonna keep staggering through here. That's why I put my boots on. Look. Let me turn around. Oh, I see another room. Look. This is a lower shop. Every man's dream to have a place to come down here and look at all the, where you had all the outlines for where the tools go. Yeah, that took some time. Okay. Oh man, see, they give me a month's notice. Maybe I could come in here. Did we ever? Okay, that goes up to, looks like the formal garage. Let's go back. Oh man, we have a workout room. We have a Bowflex down here and a lot of books. So we have a Bowflex, and then you could bookflex and tires. And not sure what all that is right there. Is that ski equipment or? Somebody tell me what that looks like, a prop. What is that? Please help me. Cabinet, another treadmill, couple lamps, paraphernalia on the ground, all the yoga mats. Oh, and a fireplace down here. Oh man. Keep going. And here's where the water heater and the oil heater are located. All right, let's go back this way because we just made a big circle. Okay. Let me make my way, what looks like, up the stairs to the actual garage. All right, we are in the actual garage. Plenty of items left. A lot of this stuff will have to be picked out of here. Wow. Okay, anybody need anything? It's probably here. Even some golf clubs. Old tire, another refrigerator. A cabinet full of, oh, we got some stash, you know, your little emergency stash. Okay. And then we have some more spirits or something. I can't identify them, but I know I have a lot of guys that watch that can, and I'm not sure, but I think Rainier Beer is out of business. That's a full one. Maybe it's a collector's item. I don't know. Coffee pot, wow. Okay. Have you seen enough? Let me work my way out of here. On a crawl space up there. Can't imagine what would be stored up there that's not down here. But I don't think I'll be able to get up there. I want to look at one thing. Oh, we have a little mud bath right here. Okay. I tell you, there are surprises at every corner. A little mud bath, and oh, that's perfect. You're out riding your horse, and this is a horse area. So horses everywhere. So let's go out this way rather than the front door. So now we're in the backyard, a little bit overgrown. I'll give you a little bit bigger shot here in a second. Now, granted, a lot of this stuff is out here because of the abatement, so don't think that it was a knockdown, drag out fight between the spouses. Which is funny. Oh, okay. Little CSI here. Let's see. Maybe if we spend some time out by the fire pit and not have to worry about doing home maintenance. Okay. Got a few games, a few things sorted out here. Looks like a spa. So we had a spa inside and a spa outside. A little bit of furniture left. Let me see if I could get around this. This is, ooh. Okay, I'm not going to go much farther than that. But look at everything. Looks like it was kind of tossed out the window. But you see how overgrown this is? And I don't know, that must be some form of pump house with the little vent right there. And charcoal starter. Nice barbecue. Like those Weber setups. Everyone else gotta have a Blackstone. Okay, let's keep going. All right, come on now. Tell you one thing, if you fell off the roof around here, there's no way you'd hurt yourself. This stuff that, all the leaves and everything, feels like it's about 6 inches thick of cushion. All right, we got a boat trailer. I'm not sure what that is. Got a little toy or something like that, but boat trailer. Let's keep looking around. And then here's the garage. And we'll walk around the front one more time. Yeah, must have been a tree that landed right. Look at that. Yeah, busted the windows. Okay. Yeah, I wonder they've got to get rid of it. Check out the detail. The carpenter got a little little fancy here. Probably thought he was from another country. Made it look like, little exotic woodwork. But I'll give him that. All right, make it look better. We got some bells on a ring. Do with that what you want. Then we have some more stuff back here. Wow, I'm just trying to make my way to the very back of the house to see. Okay, now this is kind of funny. They threw shelves and everything down to walk on. We're walking through a lot of blackberry bushes that are pretty popular in these areas. Okay, there's the back side of the house. Let's work our way back around. So is that a tour or what? I try to be at least a little bit respectful of the former occupants of the house. You don't know what the story was. And I just, we could speculate on whatever. But bottom line is, it was sold to a developer. The people that live in these houses don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to keep it maintained and fixed up and everything. So it's sold to a developer, and the developer comes in and takes it down and puts a nice new house here. And so time for another family to start over. That can't really be a bad thing, I don't think. Appreciate you guys taking the time watching the walk, and then we'll follow up this walk here with some demolition action. All right, thanks. it's day 2. Got out here a little bit late today. Funny thing about this place is it's so big and spread out, and it's deep. So Charlie had to keep most of the debris still in the hole in order to have a ramp to climb down to get the rest of the house to demo. And so consequently, he started this morning with a couple of dumpsters that were empty, but he started backing out everything, and here we are at this point. And he'll just keep dragging it all back towards the street and work his way out. Well, it's getting close to quitting time, and it looks like we didn't quite get everything. Well, Charlie and Cisco, didn't quite get everything stuffed in these containers. The one thing to mention is the containers, they had to really watch not making anything stick out across the top, because right as soon as Kurt takes off out of here, there's a bunch of cables that are right there, and he's got about 5 or 6 inches of clearance. So the last thing you want to do driving out of here with a load of debris is have a little twig or something sticking out and taking all those cables with you. So part of what's being a professional is watching for that kind of stuff, and a lot of that stuff you learn from experience. So it worked out good. Got one more container that he'll come and grab this thing first thing in the morning, drop off another container, get a bunch of stuff cleaned up. But I probably won't be here. I got to do some editing and get some other stuff done. So I really appreciate you guys watching. This is probably going to be a longer video when I get it all put together, because there was so much to see in 2 days combined. So it might be a little bit longer than what I typically make it. But anyway, appreciate you watching.